My name is Ben Trades, and today I'm going to be joined by Luke, one of the most consistent, most profitable traders with TopStep. And if I'm not mistaken, you are currently on a live account?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So that means you are very consistent, and that means you're one of the best, according to TopStep, one of the best.
Nah. Anybody can reach the live stage of any funded or river account.
You really believe that?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're gonna find out today. You're gonna give us some tricks and some tips. Hopefully,
So
by the end of it, the couple of people that are gonna be watching, they're gonna get there. Maybe with the word of advice, or maybe it could be your psychology, or maybe your technical analysis. Anything could be useful to these people, and that's why I bring
absolutely.
on people just like you. That have consistency into the markets because we need help. Some people need help. Some people need that push in the ass, just to be consistent. So I just want to
100%.
ask you, how did you get into day trading?
Um, the way I went to day trading is actually from there was someone who said I heard it somewhere, I think from ICT. I don't know, you're probably familiar with
ICT. So
ICT,
you
the
trade the
electric.
inner circle trader.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
a full
smart
ICT
money
trader,
concepts.
but yeah, but he said something once that I think it was like trading is a skill. It's a skill that makes you money, and it's a skill that is transferable.
Yes.
You can transfer it to your kids, to your wife, to your boyfriend, to whoever you want, and it's a skill that stayed with you for the rest of your life. And it's not just a skill, but it's a skill that makes you money. And I like learning new skills. Anything that there is to learn, I learn it. So yeah, that's how we actually started.
So like, what inspired you to like really give it a go? Is it the money? It's
Um,
usually the money for people.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be honest. Like everything I'm gonna say is gonna be honest. Like everybody, I went in to see like because I saw like on YouTube everywhere you see
Uh-huh.
that people trade for like 5 minutes and they make grams. They make like tens of thousands of money. So I just wanted to give it a shot.
Yeah. So you've been actively trading for about.
I've been trading for like since 2018 or something like that.
Damn, you've been at it, my boy. You've been
Yeah,
at it.
yeah,
That's beautiful. And
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'm guessing life is amazing in Turkey, especially if you're a day trader.
100%, yeah.
Yes.
Everything you can spend your money, you earn your money, and you can go spend it whatever you want. Unlike, like for example, in Europe, you earn money, they earn a lot of money, but there's no place to spend it. So that's a good,
So what
uh,
do you
yeah,
primarily
that's a good
trade?
idea. I trade crypto. No, I used to trade crypto. I started with crypto, and by crypto, you like I move 5 steps ahead, and then I go back 10,
Yeah.
and then after that, I just stopped trading crypto. Yeah, and I started trading futures. So I trade mainly, or actually just Nasdaq, but I'm comfortable trading any kind of futures there is, any future asset.
All right. So jumping from crypto, as you're starting
Yeah,
off in cryptocurrency, we all take those
yeah,
heavy losses, those volatility losses, especially when the market's
yeah,
declining. And then, a
yeah.
nice little change, to futures, no slippage, nice contracts,
Exactly,
a little bit more
exactly,
algorithmic, we'll say, right?
exactly.
A little bit more
100%,
trustworthy.
100%.
So,
It's
you
trustworthy.
primarily trade Nasdaq, and with the Nasdaq 100, I've seen a bunch of strategies. What's your
Yeah.
specific strategy? I heard you trade the ICT strategy. Could you go into it a little bit more? What you usually like to look in for the daily trades?
Yeah. Absolutely. So, I'm an ICT trader, and I know pretty much. I'm not the best at ICT, but I'm confident with anything that he taught. So there's millions of ways you can enter the market, but mainly we use one single strategy. And the name of this strategy is called SWIP strategy, but actually more formally, it's called one set for life. So it's literally, as the name implies, it's one setup that you take for the rest of your life and you don't change it. And in fact, we've been using the same exact strategy for over 3 years. Me and the rest of everybody that knows me, we use the same strategy, no matter what the market conditions is, whether it's trending, consolidating, ranging, whatever it is, we use the same exact strategy. And the strategy is based on stuff ICT taught. So everybody's familiar with liquidity
So,
and everybody's, yeah, go ahead.
it's the 2022 ICT core mentorship that we're talking about.
Mm, kind of. It's a modification of that.
Could you break it down a little bit
It's the
more
mod
in depth?
Of course, of course. So basically, as I said earlier, everybody knows that liquidity is what drives the market, right? But nobody actually gets into what liquidity is. They say, oh, there's a high, there's a double top, there's a relative equal highs. Oh, there's liquidity, must be there. Some people stop. But like, if you check the market in reality, there's thousands, if not millions of highs and lows. So which one are you going to decide, right?
Yes.
If I ask 100 different people to tell me what liquidity is, I'll get 100 different answers. So our strategy, what makes it, so this brings a lot of subjectivity in the trading. And when I'm trading, I don't like having subjectivity in my trading. I like to be objective. So whatever I do today, it has to happen again for my next trade. And it's not just, and it cannot depend on my skills, my screen time. It should be the same consistently to anybody, whether you're new or professional trader. And that is by introducing sessions. So we use sessions, the highs and the lows of Asia, London, and we break New York session into two, New York AM and New York PM. So we have four sessions. The highs of them and the lows of them are static. They don't change. They remain the same every single day. And below and above them are basically the liquidity, what liquidity is. So we'll wait for, as the name again, remember the sweep strategy, the name. We wait for a sweep of the high or the low. So let's say we sweep the high of, well, let's say we're in London and we sweep the high of Asia. That means that we took liquidity, and we have this. The strategy actually consists of two steps. The second step is a chosh, so a change in character of the market, or other people can name it as market structure shift.
Yes.
And as soon as we get those, we literally take the trade. If there's an FEG, that's even a bonus. And that's pretty much it. We've been using the same strategy for 3 years. Not just me, but almost thousands of people.
When you say that the FEG, right, as a bonus, if the FEG, let's say, perhaps isn't there, what is your optimal trading entry?
But we enter exactly at the chosh candle. But let me explain to you something. So the market is going up, right? Like we're in London, and the previous session is Asia, and we sweep the high of Asia, right? So we should be looking for shorts. Now we took the liquidity, all right, but there's nobody in the world that knows that at this exact moment the market is satisfied with this liquidity. It may want more. It may
Yes.
go even a little bit further. So that gives us. I give my students or my community percentages. So this little taking liquidity gives you about 25% chance that the market is ready to switch sides, to reverse and go down. But who throws their life away for 25%, right? If I tell you you have 25% of living if you take this medicine, you won't take it probably. So we want more percentages. And that where the chosh comes in. So the market structural shift. So a market structure shift after the sweep, that gives you an additional 25% chance that the market would like to reverse. Now, if you have an FEG as well, then you would have another additional 25%. And now you have 75% chance that the market would actually go your direction. So that's the probability I would take as a trader or anything in life.
So I know you were trading from well you in Turkey, right? You still
Yeah.
trade the 9:30 equities open till 11 or 11:30?
I trade, we trade all day.
Oh, really? Including
All
the
day. There's
lunch hour, or do you try to avoid the lunch hour?
No, we don't avoid anything. Basically,
Really?
that's like I
That's
said.
interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah,
S
there's it.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you wait? Depending throughout the day, it could be at. So do you trade before 9:30 equities open?
Yeah. So basically, the pre-market session is London. Huh.
Okay.
And by the way, what I wanted to mention is that our sessions highs and lows are not your traditional are not your traditional start and ends of the normal sessions for forex. Like for example, our ones are modified based on the IPDA backtesting. So the ICT taught the algorithm. So he's based on his modification of the start and ends. Like some people tell you lunchtime starts from 11:30, from 11 to like 12:30. Some tell you from
Mm.
12:30 to 1:30, a 9 minute cycle, whatever.
What do you
So
believe?
I believe these sessions, the ones we learned and the one we're using, because we haven't changed them for 3 years.
That's interesting. So,
Yeah.
do you rely on any indicators whatsoever, or is it really just the structure that you're looking for?
So this I would like to combine your question with the previous one about where you trade all day and like you just
Yes.
look at the charts. We use an indicator we built, and there's probably a firm, Lux Algo. They also loved our strategy and they built it for us for free. But what it's not more of an indicator. It's more as a life, a quality of life service kind of thing. So instead of waiting at the charts all day, waiting for a sweep and then waiting for a charge in sequence, you will get an alert. You'll simply get an alert. Once you get the alert, you go on your chart and you take that trade.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
So,
And so it's not just like you get a buy signal from other
yeah,
like indicators. Traditional indicators will tell you buy here.
yeah.
You go buy, but you don't know why the hell you're buying. You don't know why your stop loss is going exactly there. You don't know why your TP is there, right? Our strategy, we know exactly the mechanism why we're in this trade. We know we took those liquidities. We got the chosh, the structural shift. We have maybe an FEG for institutional sponsorship backing up our trade. So we know that the market, if it wants to reverse, it has to do it now. So there's not a better place than to enter there, right?
Yeah, that's wonderful. So this is a very good systematic approach, putting alarms on and not over trading, not,
Yeah,
doing stupid things while you're waiting on the chart, especially when you're trading throughout the whole day, like you said, you know,
yeah,
being in there and
yeah,
making bad decisions is what could lead to failure at the end of the day, over trading, over risking, and anything that
absolutely.
leads to stupid decisions essentially. But how do you manage risk?
By the way, just before we went to this interview, I was in a trade because the sweep strategy
That's interesting.
printed a sweep
Yes.
and then a trade, and it worked out, thankfully. But how do I manage risk? So, believe it or not, almost all of my trades, or anybody with trading the sweep strategy trade, has negative RR.
Negative
Okay,
RR.
negative
So
RR. So,
less than a one to
yeah, go
one.
ahead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It can be. It's going to be negative RR almost all the time, right? So this risk to reward, the thing you draw on your trading view, that green and red box, that's just perception. That's your perception of the market. The market is
Mm.
not. I see people taking. They only say, "I only take 2-to-1 trades. Anything below 2-to-1 trades, I won't take it." Right? But that doesn't make sense. The market doesn't move based on ex- what you want from the market, right? When you take a trade, when you click the buy or sell button, you're already anticipating, you're already gambling, actually. You're already expecting the market to not hit your stop loss and expecting it to hit your TP, right? That's your own perception of the market. The market, like we said, it depends on liquidity. It moves on liquidity. It goes from one liquidity to the other side of the liquidity. So once we take that side of the liquidity, for example, the high of the previous session, and we get a structural shift, we enter there and we expect the market to find the next area below us that we can be targeting. So I'm not relying on I'm targeting that exact target, right? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing, I just got a buy a sell signal, so I'm gonna go short. I'm gonna put my stop loss and TP to be 2RR. Sometimes you're gonna get way beyond the range. You might get like 1,000 ticks. So what? Is that reason to take that trade?
Do you believe that? Well, personally, what is your risk tolerance when it comes to points?
Look, the thing I say, okay,
Hmm.
we do have our trades are mostly negative RR, but
Yeah.
our risks, I tell my community and myself that if you take 7 consecutive losses in a row and you still don't blow your account, you're doing good risk management.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, if you were to have a buddy, let's just say, and he were to
yeah,
come to trading, where would you
yeah.
tell him to start?
What would I tell them to start? Like, okay, I would tell them to um what I tell them. I'll tell them to skip everything that you see on YouTube and just focus on ICT.
Okay.
And when I say ICT, I'm not saying about his concepts. I'm saying about his logic, about how the market moves.
Yes. And then back test. Usually that's what the people give me as an answer, and then obviously later on look for like maybe a funded account and grow it.
100%. So two things here I would like to add. One is, yeah, never ever use your real capital. I've seen people that come to me with like 100K drawdown of real capital, and they tell
Oof.
me I've been losing on options, and I'm like, bro, you can just pay $20 and you can get a funded account. So if you have a wife, if you have a girlfriend, don't take her to Starbucks today. Don't spend that $20 on a Starbucks latte, for example. Go get a funded account and blow that. Because either way, you're gonna be drinking that coffee and you gain nothing. At least here you would gain some insights and you probably make money. Worst case scenario, you lose that $20 and that's not gonna affect you.
Yeah.
But losing 100K, that's life detrimentally, that's detrimental to your life and your savings. And the second point I would like to say is that backtesting is good. Okay, backtesting is good. I do backtesting. Everybody should do backtesting. But when people do backtesting, they find everything in hindsight looks great. Oh, we got the setup, we got the buy signal. Look, if we took a trade here, we could have made 10K, right? Then they get the exact same setup on a live market and they'll be hesitating to click the button.
Yes, they won't take it, or
Yeah.
they'll enter too
So
early or too late.
exactly. While they decide move already happened or whatever. Or the move, and it went, oh, for example, they were going to buy here, they hesitated and the market went down. They're like, oh, thank God I didn't buy. Oh, wait, now I got a better entry, I'm going to buy here. And then it just goes against them. So what I recommend is um, for testing. So what I do is I actually buy a funded account for, again, for 15, $20. And I take that trades and you have to click buttons. So trading is a skill, like we mentioned earlier. You can learn the skill. Everybody in the world, a 5-year-old can learn trading, right? I'll give you the model and it repeats. You just learn it. It's not hard. What's hard is, and it's a different skill, is clicking buttons. Executions is a whole different skill, and that is not learnable. That is, you can only experience it and learn from the experience. Nobody can teach you that. Not a single person in the world. So, like, yeah. So there's two different skills for trading.
What do you believe is the most challenging part of day trading? Coming into the markets every
Um,
single day and just sitting there. What does you think is the most challenging when it comes to day trading?
the most challenging is that everybody wants to end the day green, right? If you don't end the day green, you're gonna invalidate yourself as a failure. So you want to try your best to keep it green. For example, ladies, they or people like on or like influencers on internet, they validate themselves by getting a lot of likes, comments, and subscribers, right?
Yeah.
That when the more you have, the more you feel validated. Us traders, we validate ourselves by having a green panel. If we see that green panel, I'm good. If I see red, you're gonna just stick on the chart. You're probably gonna spiral out. You're gonna do everything to get that green. And it's both of us know that it's not gonna end well.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. So speaking of that, how do you handle the stress aspect of, not ending the day green? Do you have any solutions?
Yes. So one I'm trading while smoking shisha, so that's something that is good. I'm doing something. I'm not just waiting for a setup like this. I'm doing something. I'm enjoying myself, and it has nicotine in it, so it also calms you down. That's one thing. Another thing is that I wait for my setup. So if I get the setup, I'll take it. All right. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. If you just take your own setup, money is just a byproduct of taking good habits. If you're just trading your strategy and you win, you won, right?
Yeah.
And most people do this. So they test the strategy out. I do it too. I tried every strategy. Even now, any
Yeah.
strategy that comes out, I try it. But no, I'm not going to stick to it. I just want to. I'm a person that likes to learn. All right. So they take that strategy, said strategy, whatever it is. It works one day, second day, third day in a row, fourth day in a row, and
Hmm.
then the fifth day it gives you a loss. And then they're like, this doesn't
Yeah.
work. I'm going to go to a different strategy. This is not trading. But to be consistent, call yourself consistently profitable trader,
Hmm.
you have to take 10, you have to take every single setup.
So how do you like ensure like the emotions don't get to you? Like you're overwhelmed, do you just get off, close your computer, or do you risk down? Maybe you take less trades or skip a session.
Um, no, I just wait for the next setup.
Really?
I just wait for the next setup.
That's actually
Because I
very
know,
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just wait for the next setup. And that setup, whatever it makes me, if I'm down, let's say I'm down 500, and the next setup makes me back $250,
Yeah.
and I'm still down $250, I'll just wait for the next setup. If it doesn't, I'll just wait for the other day.
What do you think are some like common mistakes that traders do? It's professional and amateur.
Um, they 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 depend on win rate. So they say there's 80% win rate. They look for
Hmm.
80% win rates and stuff like that. There's no such thing as that stuff like that. And and the thing I was just explaining earlier actually was to answer this question. It's if you know your strategy has like an 80% win rate or like a 70% win rate, all right? So that's out of 100 trades, you would lose 30 trades, right? That does not mean that you're going to be winning 7 out of 10 trades in a row and then lose three. You know you have a 7 out of 10 chance of winning,
Hmm.
but you will never ever know the sequence or the order that you will win. You might lose all first three trades and then win the seven. You might win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win, 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 win. So when you lose, when you take a trade, when you take a loss, don't quit on your strategy. Just continue, wait for the next step. And don't size out. Don't go on the
Hmm.
next trade, go double your size or half your size. Stay the same.
How often do you review or adjust your trading strategy?
Like I said, we've been using it for 3 years.
Yeah.
It's unchanged. There's sometimes where I introduce new aspects to it. For example, um, today I explained that when you get a sweep strategy, which is when you get a chosh, like you get a sweep and a
Yes.
chosh, like a strategical change, but it's so far away from the previous session, it may be just like a continuation. If that drop that
Yeah.
produced the chosh would be just probably a liquidity sweep to continue going back up. So probably a retracement.
Makes
So when
sense.
you take these, when you see these, don't avoid them. Don't cherry pick your trades. Don't never cherry pick your trades. Take that trade, but do a lower size.
Lower size. So,
Just lower size.
what do you think about going in, like just say with one E-mini, one trade, right? Same point
Yeah.
system. Let's just say it's a 20-point stop, one E-mini.
Yeah.
Next trade, you cherry pick it, right? Oh, you don't cherry
Yeah.
pick it. Sorry. You don't
No,
cherry
I
pick
don't.
it, and
No.
then you take it with half size. Eventually, the long run, wouldn't that be bad for your account?
Like I said, it's a rare instance. Basically, the market, our
Probabilities.
strategy, yeah, every single strategy out there is based on trend. If you have a
Yeah.
good trend, every single strategy in the world will work. Any work, even RSI, MACD, whatever those
Yeah.
EMAs, everything will work. But the market isn't like that in reality. Market is about 97% ranging, consolidating, and then
Yes.
like three
Yeah.
days,
Especially Nasdaq. Especially Nasdaq.
especially Nasdaq.
A
Yeah,
lot of, especially with the news coming in, like Donald
yeah,
Trump, he brings it in,
yeah,
consolidates, rangy, next day
yeah,
expansion.
yeah,
Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you're going
yeah,
into today, you're making a bunch of money. Tomorrow, you're losing, and then you're like, ah, man. Like speaking
exactly.
of losing, have you ever experienced significant loss? And if so, how did you recover from it? Because we've all been in losing
Um,
streaks. You can't tell me you haven't been in losing streaks. Everybody has been in losing streaks.
everybody has
Yeah, yeah.
losing streaks. Everybody has losing streaks.
Uh, uh,
Basically,
yeah.
this was recent, about a month ago, I think. I was streaming, live streaming, and I was up 17K on the day.
Oh my God,
And I,
that's
I,
crazy.
yeah, and I wanted 20K,
Yes, 20K.
and the market came to 19 point, I think 19,005,
Yes.
19,600, and then our TP was literally 20K, and
Hmm.
it just reversed all the way
And it's break
down.
even.
And just below break even. I
Yeah.
think we lost the day for 2K. But if you count the whole day, that's 17K plus 2K. That's 19K. So we're up 19K
Yeah.
and then we just lost 19.
How
And it
does
was
that
all
play
done
with
on
your
live.
psychology though? Like like going back into the next day. Does that ever have like a sting? Like you got shot in the heart.
That was painful. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was painful. But like, I mean, my targets are not like that. My targets are just make consistent amount.
Yeah.
And I have many different accounts that are copied. So that day I wanted.
Hmm.
So basically, this is how I do it. When I'm on a losing streak, I I go for all my accounts, I look for $200 a day. All right.
Yeah.
Enough for you to get an active day or any trading firm.
Especially when you have multiple accounts lined up. That 200, 200, 200,
Exactly.
200, 200. It adds up so
That's no
fast,
money.
man. And it's
That's so
less
much.
risk. It's less risk.
100%.
Yes.
100%. So I do that. I 200 and I tell anybody that is spiraling out or having like a streak of losses, I tell
Yes.
them look for $200 maximum. I don't care. If you make $1 more, delete that buck, remove it. So $200 for exactly 10 trading days.
Yes.
So that counts for 14. You have to do it for exactly 10 trading days.
Yes.
After 10 trading days, you're
Two
allowed
thousand
to,
dollars right there. Boom.
exactly. But after 10 days, you are allowed now to target whatever you want. You want to make 3K, you want to make 5K, you want to just hold your trade all the way to 10K. You can do that. You allow yourself to do that. If that works out, great. If that works out, you go back to 200. If that doesn't work out, you have to go back to 200.
I
All
love that
right. So
psychology. I love it.
yeah, yeah,
I did the same exact thing when I started
yeah,
out with TopStep. I said, you know
yeah,
what? I was up $2,000 in one single trade, right?
yeah.
First day on the account, Express account. And guess
Nice.
what? I didn't close it. Came back, stops me out.
Yeah.
I get mad. I'm like, you know what? Let me get back in there.
Mhm.
Boom, blown account. I said, you know what I did? I said, screw that. I'm going for
You won. You can.
$200 days.
Oh, yeah.
And ever
Great.
since then, you know, just consistency adds up.
100%. 100%. This
Yeah.
is the best thing you can do in trading. I've had a 27 consecutive winning days of just 200.
Yeah,
No
it's
buck more.
beautiful.
Just buck. and I had 4 or 5 payouts.
Yeah.
And my friends, or not my friends, other people that I've been watching in the community, not my community, but like
Yeah.
TopStep community, they've been trying to catch like 5, 10K days every day, and they've been losing 10, 20 accounts. They just keep
Yeah.
buying accounts, and then finally they probably got a payout or they didn't. But by the time by the same time frame, I had 5 payouts of, I don't know, 500 or 1K each,
Yes.
multiplied by different accounts. I'm already up good amount of money,
Yeah.
and they still haven't got their payout. Even though they're up like 2K, 3K in a day, but they just want more and more and more, and they just end up with a loss.
So there's a question that I asked the top step traders, especially the ones that are live, because I only have live traders on my YouTube channel, and the question
Yeah.
is, when you start off on a combine account and you pass it, and now you're on an express account with TopStep X or TradeOvate or Ninja or whatever you broker you trade with,
Yeah.
you start off with a negative $2,000 balance and you try to break even, and then obviously later on get a payout. But starting off at at the start, point blank start, what is your scale up towards the achievement of getting a payout? Is it one e-mini every single trade, or is it a single lot, or is it a percentage of that $2,000 account? So I don't want to lose more than $500 per trade. That leaves me with 4 trades. Is there a specific risk tolerance when it comes to building and scaling up towards the target? You know, if you were to start off with a brand new account right now, with one account, what
Yeah.
would be the steps you would take with the risk?
So, so for me, there is no such thing as scaling up, unfortunately. And there's two reasons why. The first reason is I never leave a cushion in my account. If there's
Okay,
money in the account, I withdraw it. Okay.
that's smart. Yes.
I can play with a small maximum loss drawdown, or whatever you want to call it, drawdown till the account goes zero. I can play with that, but I'd never leave money in the account. I've seen people that have as soon as they go on like a funded account, there's like, I'm not gonna take a payout until I have like 5K balance, 5K balance or 10K balance.
Yeah.
Like, bro, first get a payout, enjoy your money. Like 10K payout, you just started new and you just started trading today or something, but that 5K,
Yeah.
like 5K trade, like if you make 5K, withdraw it. That's your earn money,
Yeah.
right? Because most people, they get to like 5K, like 3K of cushion. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, finally, I can size out. And they take one
Yeah.
big trade and they lose
They
that account.
blow it out. Yeah. Yeah.
They blow it and they be like, oh, I wish I took 3K. I wish I took even half of that 1.5K out of 3K. And it's
Sometimes I
just,
laugh at that. It's bad. I know. Sometimes it's
yeah, yeah.
so stupid.
It's
Yeah.
stupid. Like, no,
Yeah.
take that money, take that 1.5K,
Yeah.
and then you have 1.5K left. Now full port it if you really want to,
You
with like
can
an
do so many
oversized.
things with that. You know, give more accounts, put it into a private account, and use actual,
Exactly.
risk tolerance. That's wonderful.
Exactly.
How do
Worst case
you?
scenario, if you build that
Yeah.
account, yeah,
No,
go
sorry,
ahead.
I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Uh, uh, Worst case scenario, if you did end up scaling up and you lost that account in the next trade, you know that you already have 1.5K in your bank account.
Exactly. So, how do you maintain your discipline? I know as a trader, you gotta have discipline. Is there like, do you work out, or is there something you do, like your daily routine that keeps you a little bit more focused, more disciplined? Maybe having a good sleep schedule, or reading a book, or something just that keeps you disciplined.
Um, I'm not very disciplined in
No,
anything in life.
I like that you're
Um,
honest.
Yeah, in trading, the way I keep myself
Yeah.
accountable is when I take a trade, I just share it. I just at everybody in the chat, and then when I'm in a trade, now everybody's eyes are on my trade, so I
Yeah.
cannot like secretly add 5 contracts. They see my trade, they know
Yes.
if I'm gonna lose, they're gonna lose. If I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. So now I'm just stuck in this trade. I'm just waiting it for it. Stop loss OTP. So
Yeah.
people watching me, people judging me, people will keep me accountable, right? But if you're just trading on your own, you take a trade, oh, it's pumping with you on your direction, you're gonna be like, let me add 5 more contracts. And then your average entry goes up, it goes down to negative, you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, damn.
It's
So
bad.
I think this is the only thing that keeps me disciplined in trading, other than that waiting for my setup.
So your approach is keeping yourself accountable while people are watching you, which creates some sort of like pressure, and
Yeah,
pressure is good. Some people,
pressure's good.
yeah, what's to say? Pressure makes diamonds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you manage fear of missing out?
Fear of missing out. Hmm. All right, there's like I said, I can wait for my
Yeah.
setups. Two, if there's a trade, I take it, and I tell people never ever. if you FOMO, if you're fearing of
Yeah.
missing out the trade, it's pumping and it's just aggressively pumping, and you just want to jump in,
Yeah.
take a trade, take a small size, just take a
Small
small size,
size.
get in there, get a
Yeah.
small size, the lowest size. If you
Yeah.
take 1 minute, take 1 micro or 2 micros, and if it comes back to your entry, add the rest. If it doesn't, it goes great. You're just
That's
already in
actually,
the
you know what?
market. You're
I'm
not
gonna
from here.
use that one. I'm gonna use that one. That actually, no, I
Good,
swear to God, I'm gonna use that one.
good, do
That's
it.
cool. So, how do you decide
Good.
to exit a trade? You were talking about the market reverses when the market wants to reverse. It doesn't have to reverse at
Yeah.
your liquidity at your other buy side. Do you mostly trade momentum, or is it you try to aim for highs and lows?
Um, I target anything that has a 50% in the name. I target it. So
50% of the level of the range.
50%, 50% off. Yeah, anything that has
So,
50% next to it.
if I were to mark off the 15-minute high to low, the
Yeah,
50%, that's what you would usually try to aim for.
that's one of the 50%.
Okay.
But what I mean it target. So that's basically equilibrium of the range. But sometimes, like today, if you check the market, the equilibrium is like about 500 picks. That's like about
Hmm.
200 points. That's not reasonable. So, but what I said is anything that has 50%. So a wick, a wick, any
Yeah.
mark, any candle wick. Let's say we're in a short and there's these candles here with a big wick. I just target the midpoint. If there's a wick and if there's a big wick, I'll target the midpoint and I get out there. Because that's almost where the market all the time reverses from. Everybody looking for highs and lows. I'm looking for the midpoint of the wicks. I'm looking for the midpoints of FEGs. I'm looking for midpoints of order blocks.
Yeah.
I'm looking for midpoints of the daily range. That's the only things I target.
That's beautiful. So,
Mm,
I've learned a lot from you. I've learned that you
mm.
use alarms so you don't do any bad mistakes while trading. You really try to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
you try to be correct. That's what your approach is. You might
yeah,
not have the best RR, but the win rate is good, which,
mm,
obviously long term keeps you profitable.
yeah.
And yeah, dude, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and it's
Oh,
what is the biggest mistake you've made and had to learn when it comes to trading?
the biggest mistake is
It
that
could be technical, it could be psychological.
um, I'm not really sure. Like, there's a
Yeah,
lot of mistakes, but like, wasting time with all these shiny things you see on YouTube about strategies and just like
yeah,
trades, like, because everybody wants the next new shiny thing, right? It's just human nature. You cannot
yeah.
anybody like it's not just about to do with trading. When you see something shiny, everybody wants it. So
Hmm.
it's anybody. If you go on YouTube and you just write how to trade, you're gonna see a million videos. The first thing you're gonna see is like supply and demand or support and resistance. Why is that the case? Because it's the simplest to understand, right? You have
Yeah,
a line here, you have a line here. If it comes here, you're gonna come here, you're gonna short.
yeah,
It's not hard. So I wish I just started with ICT earlier.
yeah. So how do you handle uncertainty? Because a lot of us, like we enter trades and we're uncertain, right, about the outcome. Do you not care about the outcome, and you're more like long term, like you said, over 100 trades?
Um, yes, I never ever cherry pick my trades.
Never.
There's always uncertainty. For example, today I got the setup, I wanted to short. It's very bullish, and I'm
Yeah,
getting a short setup. I know at the back of my head this setup is gonna lose,
yeah.
right? I still take the trade.
That's beautiful. So you're very on the game, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I want to thank you
yes,
for your time. I want to thank you for your time. It was it was wonderful. And listen, do you have a
appreciate you,
YouTube channel
appreciate
or a
having me.
Discord so somebody can contact you if they ever need help or ever want to join you while trading?
Of course, of course. Basically, I'm a shisha guy, so our Discord is called Shisha Traders.
Shishatraders.
So yeah, I can give you the link and you can maybe put it in the description.
Yes, I'll
And the
put it in the
YouTube is the
description.
same thing. Yeah, the YouTube is the same name. It's also Shisha Traders. You can discord.com .com/Shisha Traders or YouTube.com/Shisha Traders. It's the same thing.
That's wonderful, my friend. Thank
And
you very
it's a free
much.
community and you can join us. Like, we'd love to have you as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, if I'm
All
ever
right.
in Turkey, you could show me around.
Of course.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I'm a doctor, by the way.
Yes.
That side note, so I can actually hook you up with like headshot possibly.
Actually, that'd be good.
You don't need it,
Discount.
but like
Oh,
still,
you'd be
yeah.
surprised. This side is bad. That's why I'm wearing the hat.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. No problem. We'll we'll
All right.
we'll help you.
Yeah,
Happily
we'll
deal with
go
that.
out to a nice dinner on me, whenever I'm in
Sure.
Turkey. It'll be fun.
All right.
Turkey's a nice place.
Yeah.
Turkish coffee's the best. All right, thank you
Yeah.
very much, my friend. You have a
Thank you,
wonderful
my brother.
what time is it
Thank you,
over there?
brother. It is 1 a.m.
Oh my God, go home.
I told you I'm not disciplined.
Go home. All
Yeah.
right,
All
all right, man.
right.
Appreciate it.